What's going on, guys? Back at you with another YouTube video. And yes, I did change the name of the channel, but since this is a purely Seahawk video, let's play that old intro, and I'll get back to you after the intro. Let's do it.
The video you're about to watch on Seahawks Jose Rodriguez channel is for fair use purposes.
Shout out to the Aquamore channel. Shout out to Knowledge for Aquamore who made the original and Knowledge who made the remake. But anyway, let's get into it. My two favorite people still with us in all of sports, obviously. My first favorite person, Kobe Bryant, is no longer with us, but my two favorite people still with us in sports, Pete Carroll and his former player, Richard Sherman. Did an interview that came out today on the Volume YouTube channel. The link for that interview will be in the description. So make sure you go and watch it. First of all, it seems fairly edited. Just to be honest, I like edited a lot, but anyway, at least from my perspective, it seems that way. I could be wrong. I could be mistaken, but it seems heavily edited. But so they start talking about how Pete Carroll got to start at Pacific College, which is a college in like it's in LA, not near like downtown, but going towards basically going towards the northern part of California is Pacific University, where Pete Carroll got his playing, and I think he played there, and then he coached there, if I'm not mistaken. Pete, if you ever see this, I apologize, but if I'm not mistaken, that's where Pete started coaching, and I think he also played there as well. But that's besides the point. Then he went on to be the defensive coordinator for many teams, the secondary coach for the Vikings, the secondary coach for the Niners, and of course he was the coach for the Jets for a season, then the Patriots for a season, then he got fired, and they brought in Bill Belichick. Then he went to USC, where 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 I first saw him for the first time. I didn't meet him at that point. I'll get to that in a second. But anyway, they talk about each stop he had, and they talk about how he still has a chip on his shoulder after being fired by the Patriots after just one season. Still has a little chip on his shoulder from that. He doesn't like to talk about it though, but Sherman brought it out of him. Shout out to Sherman. But anyway, then they get to how he changed so many things the year before Richard Sherman got drafted to the Seahawks. How in Pete Carroll's first season as the Seahawks head coach, him and general manager John Schneider made 147 roster moves or something along the lines of that in one season, and in that season they still made the playoffs, going 7-9. 2 games under 500, and they still made the playoffs and beat the Saints with a lot of help from a certain beast, aka Marshawn Lynch. I will say this: the interview would have been better if Marshawn had been there. I'll get to why in a minute. No, they talked about how he had 3 great draft classes before they made their playoff and their 2 Super Bowl runs. How they drafted Russell Cole and Thomas in his first draft, and in his second draft they drafted Richard. And Cam Johnson. And the second year they drafted Richard Sherman, Doug Baldwin, KJ Wright. They brought in Brandon Browner that offseason too. Who else? And then the following draft, they brought in Bruce Irvin, Bobby Wagner, and of course Russell Wilson. They also brought in cornerback Jeremy Lane via draft out of Oregon, Byron Maxwell, basically the rest of the LOP. So yeah. Then they get to the Super Bowl. And this is where it gets, in my opinion, highly highly edited because the first thing you hear is, first off, we don't know how they got to talk about it. We just hear Pete Carroll say, "Oh, you guys were so mad at me." And Richard Sherman said, "No, we were hurt." And sometimes hurt can feel like anger, and anger can feel like hurt. This is why they would have Marshawn in there to ask Pete Carroll, "Why didn't you just hand me the damn ball at the 1 yard line?" But that's just me. So here's my story on that. Now, I might have told this story a couple times, but it's okay to repeat it this final time. But the year, the following season after the interception at the 1 yard line, the first game of the following season was against the Rams in St. Louis. I flew to St. Louis for that game, never fly to St. Louis for anything, ever, unless you're from St. Louis. No disrespect to anyone from St. Louis. Missouri. Did I say that out loud? Oh wow. But yes. So that game went to overtime. This is the overtime. This was the first year that if a team scored a field goal, the opposing team could match the score and keep the game going. So the Rams got the ball first, scored had to settle for a field goal. And hold on, let me pause this and come back. The noise in the back is bothering me, and I'm sure it'll bother you. So let me pause this and come back. Shout out to StreamYard for adding pause. Thank God for that. They finally did something right. Did I say that out loud? Oh wow. Be back in a second. You won't even know. Alright. Oh, I'm back and I'm glad I paused it for multiple reasons. Not just the background noise, but anyway. Oh god. Not this guy. Uh, alright. Anyway, I apologize. But anyway, glad I paused the video because it reminded me of something. Before I continue with that story I was about to go on about. Pete Carroll said the reason he called out pass play is, and I quote, he told Richard Sherman, "You probably don't remember, but I told everyone else on the sideline that on one of those four plays, we, we were going to pass. It just happened to be on the 1 yard line. Now, not to go back too far, but if you go back and rewatch the game, after Marshall Lynch runs it down to the 1 yard line, the Seahawks huddle up, get in that formation. Brandon Browner, who was on the Patriots, who was on the Seahawks for 3 years before that, recognizes the formation, which is an 11 formation. One running back, one tight end, three receivers. He recognizes the formation, gets someone to call a timeout. They call a timeout. Yeah, come back in the same formation, and we all know what happened. Malcolm Butler makes the play of his life, and the Patriots win the Super Bowl. So yeah, Pete Carroll basically said, I told you guys I was gonna pass it. I can understand why people are mad and are still frustrated. I have too. Yada yada yada. You can go and watch what he says. Like I said, the link will be in the description below. Now, back to the story I was telling before. I went back and said what Pete had to say about that flight. Let's fast forward 6 months from that, week 1 of the NFL season in St. Louis. It's the overtime. The Seahawks have a 4th and 16 to continue the game because they're out of field goal range. They're near midfield, and Daryl Bevel, the genius he is, and he has something sarcastic, calls a draw play for Marshawn Lynch on 4th. Again with the background noise. Again, I gotta pause it. Sorry, folks. Be right back. Again, I'm back. So, as I was saying, week 1 of the 2015/16 season, overtime, 4th and 16. You would think they would call it foul. No, they call it draw to Marshawn Lynch, and that angered Marshawn Lynch's mother, who went to a newspaper and said he wouldn't give it to him at the 1 yard line, but you want him to get 16 yards for a first down in overtime. She said disaster after game 1 of the regular season. The following year, and that time, some drama to where apparently Marshawn had to tell his mother, calm down. Which is interesting because later on that season, I would go up to meet his mom and tell her I thought she was correct in what she said. She gave me a hug and introduced me to Richard Sherman's mom. Shout out to both mothers, both queens. Shout out to both of them. But that play really fractured the see him in our reality. But yeah, it wasn't. Back to my thoughts on the interview. It was an interview. It was a little too cookie cutter for my liking, and way, way, way too much editing for my liking. But still love both those people, Richard Sherman and Pete Carroll. So yeah, with that being said, that's my thoughts on the interview. You can watch it. I'll put the link in the description. Until the next one, God first, God bless, stay safe, stay in trouble, and until the next one, I'm out of here. Peace. Sorry about sorry about the background noise, but work has to be done. I'm gone. Deuces. And like I said, it would have been better with my challenge being a part of it. Maybe I'll do that 30 for 30 interview. Who knows? It could happen. Until the next one, I'm out. Peace. What the? Okay, now I'm out. Peace. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Help me with this algorithm.